This lesson we're going to be learning Blue Christmas by Elvis. So what I've done in this lesson, I've kind of combined the acoustic and the electric parts. But if you're singing along, it might be hard to combine both. So I'll go over a version without. So let's start with what chord you'll need. It's going to be in the key of E. You're going to need an E major. You're going to need a B7. You're going to need an E7. An A7, F sharp 7, and an A sharp diminished. Those are the chords we're going to need. A sharp diminished is like an A7, just add your first finger to the first fret of the A string. So we got some bar chords in there. If you're not comfortable with bar chords, that one might be a little tricky, the F sharp. But other than that, it's pretty basic. So we're going to start with this. In the original recording, the piano starts with a walk up. So we're going to emulate that. It's 2 to 4 to 1 on the D string. 2 on the A string. And then we're into our E chord. So we're having an alternating bass line. So I'm going to go over first what you would play if you were singing. So you're going to alternate between the root and the 5th on the E string. This is the B7. Then back to E. Then you're staying on E. Then E7. Then A7, and then it goes to a walk down to F sharp 7. Sorry. And then back to B7. And there's a stop there. So that's through one verse. There's really just two kind of progressions that you have to memorize, and they're really similar. So all you're doing is you're playing a bass note and eighth notes on the higher strings, right? So on the E, you're going to play low E, and then shoot for like, you know, G, B, E strings, D strings. It's just down, down, up, and then the next time you're going to hit the A string as your bass note, which is a B, and then the same down up pattern. Sorry. So that would be one bar. So that'd be 2 bars. So the progression is 2 bars of E, and then to B7. Now on the B7, your alternating bass note is going to be the root here on the A string to F sharp on the E string. So 4 bars of B7, and then back to E. And then you're going to stay on E for 1 more bar. Then you're going to go to E7. So all you got to do is add your pinky to the 3rd fret of the B string. And then we're going to go to A7. Now in A7, your alternating bass notes are going to be the A string and the low E string. Now the second bar of A, you hit the A, and then you do a walk down to F sharp. So it's just 5, 4, 3, 2 to your F sharp. Or you can do open A, 4, 3. Now your bass line on the F sharp 7 is low E and then A string. And 2 bars there, and then back to the B7. stop. And another walk up into the next verse, okay? So all together. Back to E. Stay on E. Okay, so that's that. Now, the second time it goes through, it's a little different. Almost the same. We got the E. It's all the same. The B. Stay on the B. Back to E. Now the A, this is where A sharp diminished comes in. And we're not going to really alternate the bass on that, you're just going to hit the A string root note each time. And then you go back to E for a bar, B for a bar, back to E, and then a stop. Okay, so that they're very similar, it's just the end there. Once you get to the A7, it changes. And then we go into like kind of a instrumental thing, and you play that same progression there that we did with the A sharp diminished 7 chord for the end, okay? So it's 2 times in a row for that progression. And that's the end of the song then. So that's for a simpler version if you don't want to try to add these little guitar lines in, little electric lines in. So if you want to add the electric lines in, and you don't have to do it every time like they do, if you're playing acoustic, you could just add them in for flavor whenever you want. But it sounds like this. Same walk up. You're going to start the bar the same. You're going to hit your first bass note, your strum, and then your second bass note. But then you're not going to do your strum, you're going to do this. It's a little triplet. Open A, first fret A to the second fret A. So that's what they do on the E chord. Now going to the B chord, and on the B chord, the lick is 4th fret E string, open A, first fret A to B. And then going to the E, you do the E lick. Actually, going back to the E, it's different. It does a little bend. So coming out of the B, we do that little country thing. So 2, and then a bend, like a quarter bend, then to the E. Okay, then once it gets out of that, then it just stays with the normal strumming pattern. Up until the E, the bar of E right before the E7 does not do the little licks. So from the beginning, then we stay on the strum, then the A7, this is all the same as the simple version. Okay? So it's just during the first part of the verse that we have those electric guitar licks. And after you stop, you do the walk up again, go into the second verse. It's all the same. Going back to the E, the second verse, they do something a little different there. So they go, so 3 bends into the E. So from the B, let's start from the beginning of the second verse. Now our regular strumming pattern. A, then our A sharp diminished, then E, B, back to E. Okay, and then that's when it goes into kind of just some background singing, but it goes through that same chord progression again. And then we just have an ending the second time around. So you'll see in the tab there at the bottom, you have number 1, that's the first ending of the repeat of that second chord progression. And then you have the second one. The second one is just the ending. So it's, you stop, let's see, let's go from the A. Then we have E. I'm sorry, that's where it would start to end it. That's how it ends. So it's E to A, E, B7, E. So that's how it ends. So let's play through, you know what, let's just play through the whole song. See if we can get through it, remember it. So we're gonna start with the piano build up. Then we start this again. here's the end. Okay, so that's how the whole tune goes, just like that. So, not real difficult, especially the simpler version, where you just strum and not trying to add the electric stuff in. But the electric stuff sounds cool, and you can add that in really wherever you want. You don't have to do it every bar that they do it. So, that is Blue Christmas by Elvis.